Alright guys, hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Steve and today we're going to go over some clips so that you can become a better Warzone player and change your playstyle so that you can win more games as well as win more gunfights. Now the main purpose of my video is going to be just trying to improve your overall playing style as well as being more confident, right, in gunfights, engaging in gunfights in Warzone, as well as just being able to understand map awareness, different situations and how you should handle them, and just making decisions. We're gonna break this video down into different tips so that you can always come back to this video, go to the timestamp that you want and learn, or if you ever forgot something, you can always come back and click on the timestamp and watch a video. But after you watch this video, you can definitely be assured that you're gonna be a better Warzone player, that you're gonna have confidence to engage in gunfights, right? And you're gonna know how to handle certain situations. It doesn't guarantee that you're gonna win every single match, right? Everyone's gonna make mistakes, and I'm gonna go over some of the mistakes that I actually encounter, situations where you shouldn't even encounter a gunfight or challenge a gunfight, right? And so we're gonna go over all that today, guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Now, the first tip I'm gonna have for you is going to be having map awareness and being in control of the situation. Okay, this is probably going to be your most important tip, is just having control of the situation. If you're the one that's having control of the situation, you're most likely going to win that gunfight. Now, how can we have control of the situation? The first thing that's going to help you is going to just be prepared. You're going to have to be prepared. You're going to have armor plates. You're going to need ammo, right? There's going to be some situations that you're not going to have that, but you want to be prepared, right? So first off, when you start the game, you want to head to a location where you're not bombarded with a bunch of people. It's not hella crowded, right? You want to be able to stock up on your gun first, get your ammo, get your armor plates. Don't engage a battle without supplying yourself first with armor plates and ammo. The first things first, I grab the bounty, right? But I don't head straight for him. I stock up on my ammo and my armor plates and find a gun that's suitable for you. I like ARs, LMGs, right? Anything that's auto, I go for those. Those are gonna help me, and those are what I'm best at. Maybe for you it's a sniper or something else, right? So let's talk real quick about certain things that you can do to have control of the situation before we get straight into the clips, so that you can keep these things in mind while we go over them. The first thing is going to be map awareness. Okay, knowing where your enemies are at, knowing where your bounty is, where the most wanteds are, knowing where you can find cover in certain situations. You always want to make sure that there's cover around you. There's going to be certain points where you're going straight in open land and you have to get through, but you always want to keep in mind, right, where's the next place of cover that I can find? Or if someone were to shoot me right now, where would I go? So you want to keep heading towards those points on the map. Whenever you're walking, whenever you're running, it has to be with some sort of purpose. The next thing is going to be just knowing where your enemies are at on the map. Always be looking at the mini map, right? Always be aware of the situation, knowing where your enemies are at without them knowing where you're at. Okay, this includes third-partying people. This includes getting and attacking people without them noticing, right? Being safe, opening doors carefully, not just bombarding through them and making loud noise, not crashing windows. This has really helped me a lot in a lot of gunfights. The minute you crack open a door, just running straight through it, it's going to alert so many people. It's really loud on your headphones. You can hear it, okay? You can hear it when people crash windows, all of that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our first situation. We're going straight after the bounty, and our bounty is also the most wanted as well. We're being hunted as well, okay? So you see that I'm always using cover no matter what, every situation, always using cover. I see this guy lands in, but I wait for my opportune moment to attack him where I can have the best accuracy as possible so I know I can down him. All right, so let's backtrack a little bit. We see that this is not actually the most wanted or the bounty. This is actually just another player chasing our bounty. And we see the most wanted, he popped himself out right there. So how do we go about the situation? Well, first thing I'm gonna do is watch my mini map. Okay, I'm watching my map to make sure my bounty's not walking away or running away, seeing where he's actually going. And then I'm also listening close to footsteps. I'm staying right near that building right there, hearing if his footsteps get farther away or get closer. So I notice that they get farther away, right? I think he went to the other building. That's what I'm thinking. Now, I go out, check my left, make sure that there's no one there, but I see this random other guy that's actually chasing after my most wanted. Now, what do I notice about this guy? This guy is actually chasing my most wanted because he threw a grenade within this building, causing my most wanted to run out the building and pretty much exposing himself. The other thing I also noticed is that my contract didn't end as soon as I killed the other guy. At first, I thought the other guy was probably my bounty, but actually he died and my bounty contract was still active. Now let's rewind a little bit. You can see that he broke my armor, so why did I choose to still chase after the most wanted right away? The main reason is because the most wanted is most likely confused because there's so many people coming after him at this moment. I honestly feel bad for him because there's about 4 or 5 people that are actually trying to come after him and they come to this location. And so he's getting chased down constantly, so he's just thinking about constantly running away. As soon as I eliminate that other guy, I'm going straight for him because it's the opportune moment. He's not expecting someone to go straight after him when we're engaging in a different gunfight. I also have an LMG, so he exposed himself right in front of me at that moment, so I had to shoot. With an LMG, I was able to get a lot of damage on him very quickly, and I was able to win that gunfight. The headshots also helped me out a lot when he tried to find cover behind the barrels, so that all greatly went into how I won that gunfight right there. Now, my thought process after I eliminated him is just finding cover and armoring up because there could be other people in the area. I see on my minimap there's other people within the area. There's people shooting me. I'm also being hunted by my bounty, so I need to be careful here. I noticed that my bounty is actually getting pretty close, and so as soon as he gets close, I'm prepared to drop down that mortar strike. I just had it with me. I got handy. I thought it would be a great diversion for him, right? And it'd also keep him away. But I noticed that it's literally red, so I know he's around somewhere. After the mortar strikes end, I just waited out, listened for his footsteps. That was my main goal right there. Now a car rolls up right after the mortar strikes end. A car rolls up. I don't think the car is actually my bounty. He's just some other random guy. But I'm still being hunted here, so we have a lot of stuff going on here. And since I'm being hunted, I don't want to stay within this building, right? I know they're most likely going to rush me. That's probably what's going to happen here. They're going to rush me. And so right now they're kind of in control of the situation, but how do we get the control back? Well, we have to make the first move. We have to make a move before they make a move on us. They're most likely going to rush that building since they know I'm in there. I'm on their mini-map. I got to get out of there, make a move on them. They're probably not going to expect that since I'm the one being hunted. So I just wait patiently, right, for the right moment. I listen on my headphones for their footsteps. I can know what direction they're most likely at. And so I hop out the window depending on where I heard gunshots and where I heard footsteps. And so I hop out the window, shoot the guy from the back that came out of the car. You don't want to be a sitting duck just waiting for the guy that's hunting you to come and get you. You can see my minimap, there's a lot of people around this area. There's one exactly right in front of me right there in the gas, and I noticed my bounty actually just gets averted. You can see that my bounty whoever was chasing me got killed. So now my thought process is, hey, I remember there's a guy on the UAV from the gas, right? So I'm gonna take this guy out. He's probably the last one in this area, but you can never be too careful. Always want to constantly use cover no matter what, right? You can't tell for sure. Now we're in like open land here, and I'm trying to just find hills and mountains and rocks that I can use as cover. I'm never going straight through flat land, right? I'm always using this cover as my moment. I'm always looking around too, right? You want to keep a good point of view on everything. Try to use the houses as cover, try to use the buildings, making sure that there's no one around here. Now let's talk about one of the mistakes that I make right here. So I make a good decision, right? Getting a loadout marker because I have enough cash instead of going for the free one, because that free loadout right there is in the middle of open land. So I decide to go ahead and get my own loadout from the buy station and try to do this as quick as possible, refill on armor, all that. I see my mini map, right? There's a lot of people around this area. I see there's one coming straight from the hill from the gas. Now I get my loadout and I notice that there's a guy here. Okay, I see him right there. He's going for his own loadout. Now I'm gonna try to get him, right? But the thing is, I don't have a good angle on him right now. And I try to go for shots, right? I try to go, but this is my mistake. I literally sit there after shooting at him and I get sniped. He proceeds to rush me and finish me off. And so that pretty much ruined my day right there. I was getting like 4 kills right there, right in the beginning, and then this guy snipes me and just defeats me. It's the worst way to go out. So let's talk about that. So you don't want to sit there and shoot at a guy and then just stay there in the same position when he can just aim down sight and you can just snipe. I didn't expect him to actually snipe me. I thought he would probably have an AR, so even if he did shoot me, I could still get under cover and evade and armor up. But this guy got a headshot off me with the sniper and I literally died right there. Now this is going to bring us into our next tip, and it's about winning gunfights and actually evading your enemy and making them think that you're somewhere else, right? You shoot at them, they think you're there, but you actually move and get a different angle on them so that you can win that gunfight. This is actually going to help you win gunfights way more than you just trying to win a gunfight straight on with skill, okay? And this also plays in with map awareness, right? Having control of the situation, all of that, all of this plays in with also winning gunfights as well. So I'm going to show you guys that. So in this first clip right here, we're going to see that there's a guy here based off of our heartbeat sensor. And I also knew that he was there from a UAV. Now, we don't want to crack any windows, right? We want to open these doors slowly, right? And I see him peek real quick. I see something move right there. As you can see in this clip, you can see he's coming down the stairs very slowly. He knows I'm around the area. He probably heard my footsteps, right? So I want to make sure that I actually jump out and shoot him, right? So he's not expecting that. Otherwise, he's going to aim down sight if I just peek and just snipe me and kill me, which is exactly what he was planning. He did not expect me to just jump out and shoot him right away, right? You also want to be thinking about what they're thinking about, right? When they're encountering the situation, and you want to divert that expectation of theirs. Alright, so let's talk about this next clip. I have a bounty that I'm hunting down. This is what you shouldn't do, right? You shouldn't just keep running away. That's not going to help you in any fight at all, okay? He probably thought that I'm shooting from the top and that I'm still going to stay there. Instead, I shoot at him and I'm rushing him. You want to keep your enemies always on their toes, right? Don't give them the chance to armor up, plate up, and prepare to fight you back. Rush them, but rush them with caution, right? Use cover when you rush. Don't just rush in open land. So this next clip is when we're playing quads, guys, and we're facing about 2 squads at the same time right here because they choose a third party. And so what happens is here I down one person and then I choose to rush behind them because I notice that they're on top of the hill, right? They're shooting at my teammates who are at the bottom of the hill. So I go around, their attention is on my teammates. This gives me the perfect opportunity to come behind them and just rush them. And I'm able to down one right there, right? Then go ahead and finish him off. And then I'm looking for his other teammate because I saw him on the UAV too. I know he's around, but he's just running away. So I get him right there, down him, and able to finish him off as well. Now let's talk about this clip more in detail. So once I get that down, you can see that I proceed to go get cover. I run away, right? Get away from the battle, armor up, right? And then I'm choosing to flank behind them, because my teammates are telling me that they're getting shot at, that they probably can't fight, right? You can also see on the UAV that those guys are literally paying attention on my teammates. They're like pointing right at them. And so I choose to come and get one right from the back. Then I'm headed to get the next person. I'm expecting that this guy might try to help revive, right? But he doesn't. And then I choose to get the guy who's running away. And so I actually save my teammates from dying in that situation. Now we know that there's another squad here present as well, so we choose to actually back off a little bit, right? Rotate a little bit more into the circle so that we can hold them off. All right, guys, this clip right here is a perfect example. Just watch. You see that right there? So what did we just do in that clip right there? So notice how I just fake him out, right? All I did was I showed my face, I shot that right there. Then I went around through the door and got him from the back. It's that easy. Like, you shoot for a second, you get their attention real quick, and boom, attack from the other side. That's how it always is, guys. I win so many gunfights doing that exact trick, just diverting their attention to something else and then getting them from the back. You never want to be a sitting duck, okay? You never want to do that, just like in this clip right here. Don't be a sitting duck waiting for someone to come and get you, guys. That's always gonna make you lose gunfights most of the time, okay? There's only some situations you should actually camp, but you actually never want to sit in one spot when you camp. Also, Ghost in this game is a lot different, right? Whenever you're sitting in one spot, Ghost actually does not work. You have to be constantly moving for Ghost to be working. So there's no point sitting in a corner and hoping that you can get a kill. Now I want to give you guys some tips on the Gulag, guys. I can't remember the last time I lost in the Gulag. You don't want to sit in the back of spawn in the Gulag, guys. You want to actually get an angle at your opponent by running. Use your movement, okay? Use your movement to fake out your opponent and try to get an angle on them. The more you move and the more you're thinking, right, about the next spot of cover, right, the possible spot that your opponent might be coming out of, the more ready you're going to be. If you sit in the back and just hope that he just lines up with your sight, you're most likely going to lose the gunfight. You're also not going to be actively thinking, right? Your opponent is actively thinking about your spot, where you're probably going to be. He's going to look for those spots and find you and kill you. You want to do the same thing. Now this is going to bring you guys to one of my last few tips, guys, and it's going to be having the high ground as well as picking people off in the gas to get as many kills as possible. So if you ride along with the gas, you're going to encounter a lot of people most of the time, especially with squads, right? There's always people riding along with the gas, and it's a great opportunity for you to get kills. Now you also want to be careful because there are people always going to be waiting within these circles, so sometimes you do want to rotate early. It all depends how you read the map, and have a UAV that's usually really greatly helpful to know where people are at. And so you can pick people off like I did here in these clips whenever you're riding with the gas. And having the high ground actually helps you a lot within the end game as well as throughout the game, but especially the end game because you're able to pick off enemies. And if the gas is closing in such a tight circle and you're on top of a bridge like in this clip right here, you're gonna have the advantage over your opponents who are underneath you. And now you can see this clip. I'm gonna let it play out here real quick and our communication with the team and everything.
Oh, they're waiting for you guys to jump.
Got one. Oh.
Get in the guys, get in the guys. Let's go. Nice.
And those are going to be my main tips for you guys for this video. Let's go ahead and summarize, right, all the different tips that I've said. So the first thing is having control of the situation, right? And a lot of the tips I mentioned today all go into that. And so how do we maintain control of the situation? Well, first, it's having map awareness, being prepared, right? Having enough ammo, armor plates off the beginning. You don't want to just engage into a fight. Sometimes it's okay to not have those pistol matches right off the beginning of the Warzone match, but rather get a gun for yourself and be prepared with ammo and armor plates and go straight into battle. Other thing we learned within this video is just learning how to think and make decisions, right? There's gonna be situations where it's best not to engage in a gunfight, and then also situations where you want to rush, but you want to always use cover. And we talked about that as well, using cover constantly in every situation, proactively thinking about where you can find your next spot of cover. That's where you want to head to when you're moving along the map and rotating with the gas. All that's going to help you. And then the next thing I would recommend to you guys is not be a sitting duck. All right, we talked about not being a sitting duck and always be moving, right? Use your movement to your advantage. Fake out your opponents. Don't sit in a spot where it's expected for you to die. All right, remember that ghost does not work when you're sitting like a duck. You have to be moving for ghost to work. Now, the last few tips I gave you guys were going to be just always engaging and then fleeing back, armor up, get back into the fight. All right, that's what you want to do. You don't want to constantly shoot at people and try to engage 3 people at once. It just does not work. You want to shoot people, down people, armor up, get back into the fight. And the last thing is having high ground and picking off people in the gas. These are going to give you a lot of kills, as well as having high ground, especially in the late game situation, is sometimes going to guarantee you the win. And so guys, that's mostly it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching and hope you guys learned something from this video, and it's hopefully a tip that you're able to take away and apply it to your playstyle and your gaming. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you love the video, make sure to like it. Comment down below if you'd like to see more tips. That'll probably make me want to, create more videos, as well as subscribe guys if you love the content and it helped you. And that's gonna be it guys. See you guys in the next video.